Okay, so good morning, everyone. It's transgender super centenarian visitor Jimmy. So I've been to Strömstad, and things went well there. And I'm just going to get my sponge. I met Carl for about an hour, and he was pretty much exactly as I met with him. 111 years old, very sharp in his head, but he was very hard of hearing, and that's pretty much it. I got the answers to my questions, and yeah, I knew his pretty much everything about him that he wanted to share yesterday. I think that I could have stayed longer, but an hour was pretty much enough for him because he had just had the Swedish radio before, the Swedish radio that I was supposed to be in, but they just ditched me and visited him before me. So I can say that I'm quite angry about that, but that's how it is with media. You never know what you're going to do. Yeah. So the journey, I left home at 7, and we were there at 11, and we went in, and I got to visit them at around 11:30, and we left at a few minutes to 1, so we stayed in his room for an hour, and we talked, and yeah, it was very enlightening, really, because he had a hard time hearing what I said, but my contact person, Helena, he understood what she said pretty well. So she was kind of my mediator and spokesperson, so to say. He was a very kind old man, very wise. I mean, he said that the most important thing in life is to be honest. Do not lie. And honesty is very important. I completely agree with that. Carl grew up on Tjörn, which is an island outside of Gothenburg, and he lived there with his father and 5 siblings. His youngest sister died in the Spanish flu in 1918, I believe. Spanish flu was, and then my contact person asked a question whether his siblings were as long-lived as he was, and that got him to recount the tale of how every single sibling of his died. One died of a heart attack in his arms, another died from during World War II from gases and poisonous I believe it's carbon monoxide poisoning, because he was running engines and he was breathing in very much of that. And his sister died of old age several years ago, his younger sister. And yeah, it was just pretty tragic, all of that. He talked about when he went to school and how they used to have a big stone bench where they would sit and knock on it to make scratches, and how pupils had done that for decades, and how there were, big grooves in it from how the pupils had done that. He talked about when he went to elementary school, and how he was mischievous and so. He always used to crack nuts open from in his bench, and talked about how his older brother went to high school and how he pretty much did the assignments for him. Carl never went to high school himself. Carl was always hard of hearing his entire life, and he got placed so that he would become a carpenter, and that was what he worked with for many years as a carpenter. He later became a designer of sorts, and he helped build many of the houses in Strömstad. He was married twice. He had one daughter who's dead since many years. He said the most important person in his life to him was his second wife. And he competed in Swedish championships in shooting, rifle shooting. And he came in 6th place one year. And he took up golfing when he was in his 50s, he said, but I think it was when he was in his 70s. Then he said that he lived with his second wife until she passed away. Then he went into a nursing home. He wasn't right about when it happened, but that's how it happened. He said that the most important thing that happened in his life is the car, and how it allowed people to, go everywhere and travel and so. And all in all, it was very enlightening. I really don't know what else to add, because that's pretty much it. He was very kind, and he thanked us for the flower that we brought him, and so. And yeah, just a fantastic person in general. My contact person was amazed, because she did not imagine that he would be like that. But that's how he was. A very wise old man. He looked very good. He had, almost perfect skin, and so she said that he must have been a very good-looking man when he was younger. And he was short, 170 centimeters, or like 5'6" or so. And yeah, thin man. But he was a bit. He had some fat on him some years ago, but you know how it is with old age. When people are at a very advanced age, they start to decline pretty rapidly, lose several kilograms. And now I've managed to smear my estrogen in my hand. That's not supposed to happen, but that happened. So now I have estrogen all over my body. Great. I want estrogen to be all in my body, not all over my body. But yeah, that's me. Clumsy Jimmy. So that's it for now. I'm going to do voice training this afternoon, I guess, and yeah, I'll see you later. So bye bye.